Good evening, everybody. Assalamu alaikum. Today, I'm here before you to talk about a new language learning strategy. Last week, we spoke about self talk and parallel talk. Now, we are talking about a strategy called out of reach, or some call it as environmental arrangement, or some term it as sabotage. So this strategy basically is you providing restricted access to your child's most preferred object or thereby facilitating communication. In other words, you keeping your child's most preferred objects out of his reach so that he has to request for it or he has to interact with you to obtain these items. Let's take an example of ball. If I know that my child always likes the ball and ball has always been a preferred object and he plays with the ball all the time, I might keep it at the top of the shelf so that he has to come to you to request for it. And when he does, you can provide the language for it. Uh, so if my child just goes and grabs the ball and plays it by himself, it's great that he is doing it independently, but actually you're missing out the opportunity to communicate and interact. So in short, all the favorite objects on top of the shelf or the cabinet or inside a container where you can keep them shut so that they have to request for you to open it. Another example could be a candy. So if you know that your child likes the candy, you could keep it inside a container, lock it, and he has to request for you to open it or help him to open it to obtain the candy. And when they do, you can actually label the word. In this case, I might say candy. In this case, I might say ball, or I could say open, help, more. So whatever you say, keep it very simple. Use short phrases and keep it simple so that your child can learn what you're saying, your child can process the information, associate it better, and use it later on. So when you start doing this strategy, when you start doing out of reach, it can be quite frustrating for your child because all these days he has been getting access to the ball, he has been getting access to the candy, but one fine day you come to me and say you have to request to me to obtain access every time I want it. It's going to be quite frustrating. So I would actually ask you to start with something new, some new objects, because when your child is frustrated, he actually misses out the opportunity to communicate. He actually misses out the opportunity to learn more. So let's think about some activities what you could do. uh, I'm sure most of you are doing a hand washing routine with your child, and there are different sequences for hand washing. So once you take the child to the bathroom, the first sequence could be opening the tap, the second could be applying the soap. If you have been doing these sequences every day, your child might already be aware about the sequence and he knows what's next. So after he finishes opening his tap, then is a soap. You could actually keep the soap out of his reach so that he can request for the soap. So this can be one activity. Another daily activity, what you could be doing is brushing the teeth. So you take him to the bathroom, you provide access to the toothbrush, but keep the toothpaste out of his reach. So when he reaches for it or when he requests for it, you provide the language. So creating opportunities for your child to communicate. This is by keeping his preferred objects out of his reach. So try this strategy at home and let me know how it goes with you. Thanks a lot.